So recently I covered the topic of age verification on PlayStation. This was going to start for residents in the UK and Ireland because of their laws requiring it for online communication. This was going to start sometime in June, but it seems to be rolling out already right now in May. And let's just say the backlash is really bad on social media. PlayStation is now asking you to verify your age to use social features on the console like text messaging, voice chat, and broadcasting, but this will not affect people on your friends list. So this is really just going to affect multiplayer games, because if you play with strangers online, which is pretty common with multiplayer games, you are not going to be able to do any text messaging, voice chat, or broadcasting with them. The big complaint here is that when you bought the console, you're paying to get full access of all its features. But since this new law passed in the UK and Ireland, if you still want to use those features on your console that you paid for, now you gotta prove your age by doing a facial scan or uploading your ID. Even Xbox is doing it now because of the laws in the UK, so this is where it starts, and maybe this will happen in other regions or other platforms in time. The reason for this is because they're saying they're trying to protect people with interacting with strangers online. That's why they remove access to all those social features like text messaging and voice chat if you choose to not verify your age. But really, this is all about harvesting your data. So these social features like text messaging and voice chat are going to be locked out if you choose to not hand over your ID or do a facial scan. You don't have to do this, but that means if you don't do this, you cannot text anyone, you cannot do voice chat, but you can still play multiplayer games, but it's a different experience. But one thing I did not find the answer to is, let's say if you don't verify your age, so you're kind of locked out from these social features, can you still send a friend request to random people? Is that still allowed, or is that locked out also? Maybe I missed it somewhere. One thing about this whole issue is that most people who purchase things on the PlayStation Store already have a credit card or banking information on their account. And you would think that would be enough to bypass this, but it's not. They still want your ID or facial scan. Now just remember, in the past, Sony has gotten hacked and personal information was taken. So really, how safe is PlayStation if you hand over your ID? Another strange thing about this situation is that even if Sony is cutting you off from communication with random people because you don't verify your age, they will still allow you to buy mature rated games even without handing over your ID. So it's like they're saying, okay, if you don't hand over your ID, that's fine. But if you give us money, yeah, we'll take that. Sony is going to use a service called YOTI, and they're going to handle the age verification process. But there was an issue in the past where the service mishandled user information. So really, how safe is your personal ID with Sony? Think about it. And this is where it starts, this country and these features, and maybe in a few months' time, they might restrict or limit other things on the console. Or this could affect other countries and other platforms. This is just the beginning, unless if things change. And what if PlayStation gets hacked again? Then all your personal information and your ID gets taken. So before you do it, think about it. Anyways, put your comments below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you later.